welcome to a new vlog. I'm here with Mommy.
Hi.
We are on our way to Whole Foods. I'm wearing different sunglasses today because I'm wearing contacts.
I forgot to pause for the drone.
I've got contacts. I'm back in contact lenses and I am so excited. It's the first day I'm wearing them. I have the diagnostic pack, so it's a pack of 5 daily pairs. So I'm gonna test them out, see how they do. But so far, I can see. It's amazing. Definitely, you know, it's not like my vision is a million times better in the contacts, but I feel like it's at least as good as what my prescription was. I'll probably notice the new prescription a little bit more when I get glasses, which I need to order those, because my vision always is just a little bit weaker in the contacts. It gets weird, but it's also the first day. It's been like just a few hours, less than a few hours, I think, that I've had them in. It's only been like 1.5 hours, I think.
But it's been forever since you got a new prescription.
It's been over 5 years since I had a new prescription.
So your eyes have changed.
Yeah, so I'm getting used to, like, I'm reading the signs on buildings as we're passing by. I'm like just reading the signs of the construction work and the street signs. Like, what can I see? Is that more or less than what I could see before in my old glasses? I can see the mountains and they look beautiful. So I do feel like it's crisper than I was expecting, so that's a good sign. So I'm really enjoying these. So it's going to be fun going around Whole Foods because there's going to be so much text on packaging and stuff that I can see, like, can I read that? Can I read that? Can I read that? This one seems like every now and then it like just rotates out of focus, which the doctor said could be because of my that might happen because of my astigmatism. And I feel like that happened before when I wore contacts. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm really excited. I need to show you the mountains before we go around the corner. They look so beautiful this morning.
Aren't they kind of hazy?
A little hazy, but they're pretty.
They were hazy when I was driving.
It's nice and sunny.
Yeah.
So, few clouds up in the sky. You can see the construction. But yeah, it's a really beautiful morning. It's only going to get up to like the mid to upper 60s today. It got up to 80 something yesterday, and now it's cooling back down, which I am very excited about. It's going to be in the 60s today and tomorrow, and the 70s for a couple days, and then it goes back up into the 80s, and I think I even saw a 90 something pop up. I think this is the last cool down of late spring, and now we're going to go into like high spring and early summer, but I can't complain at this point because it's April. So 90s are normal for April, so 60s are very unusual for April, so I am going to enjoy this. So we are definitely going for a hike later. So I will take you hiking with me later in this vlog. I am. Mom's gonna go home after Whole Foods, but we're gonna try to go hiking tomorrow. I don't think I'm gonna vlog tomorrow, or I might throw it into some other vlog. But yeah, I'm gonna go hiking later. I will take you all with me, but for now, let's go to Whole Foods. Okay, it is now quite a bit later in the afternoon. I need to get some lunch. I've had breakfast, I've had a smoothie, and I've had some cereal. So now it's time for lunch, and I need to, my work laptop is over there. Oh, speaking of work things, I need to find somewhere to put this. I might put this over by like my books and my dissertation. I got a little gift from work. In my view, it's quite a few months late because it's been more than 5 years that I've been working there. I think 18, 19, 19, 20, 20, 21, 21, 22, 22, 23, and we're now in the 23, 24 academic year. So I'm almost at the end of my 6th year, but I finally got my 5. So we get these little plexiglass number things for our 5-year milestones. So my next one would be a 10-year, and then 15, 20, 25, however long you end up working there. So I've got that. I've never worked somewhere long enough until now that does something like this. So like you don't, I did 5 years as a TA, but you graduate within 5 years, hopefully, theoretically. So you don't get like a 5-year milestone as a TA, you just get to graduate. And everywhere else that I worked prior to that, I was never there for that long. And they were also jobs that didn't really do milestone things like this. Yeah, like it's kind of cool. I'm happy. There was a little note, just a pre-printed postcard thing, but a note from the university president, which is kind of cool. Yeah, this was just on my desk yesterday when I got to my office. And since I'm in my home office more than I'm in my office on campus, I thought I'm gonna bring this home. I know some of my colleagues have theirs on their desk at work, but I was like, I'm gonna bring this home because I think it would be nice to be able to see it. I think I might just have this shelf kind of be, it's got all my books on it. It's got my dissertation, my master's thesis, the 2 books that I have a chapter published in. So I think I'll put this over there as well. I've been waiting literally all academic year for this because I technically should have gotten this back in August because that was definitely 5 years that I'd been working there. So August of 2023 would have been 5 years when I like signed the paperwork and officially became employed by the university as a full-time faculty member. I guess it just takes them a while to get this. But yeah, so that's kind of cool. Got that. Yeah, otherwise yesterday was a good day on campus. It was a little bit warmer, so it's nice that it's cooled down. It's gotten a little bit cloudy. Definitely still going for a hike later today though, so I want to wrap up teaching work for the week. I've got some things I need to do. I need to get my planner because I know I wrote down, yeah, I wrote down a bunch of things for Friday and I can only cross off one of these things. So I've got a few more things that I want to do. I want to try to do some editing and talk about editing and how my April creative project month thing is going. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. So I think I want to go get some lunch, go sit down, do some teaching work for the next few hours, probably just put some YouTube videos on while I do that, and then maybe around 3:30-ish, that would probably be good. Around 3:30 do some editing from like 3:30 to 4, and then at 4 we can go hiking. It's tempting to go hiking earlier just because it's kind of gotten a little bit cloudy, but I need to get teaching work wrapped up for the week. I've done pretty well. I don't have a whole lot to do today. I'm nearly caught up on grading. I have gotten caught up on all of the essays. So now it's just late assignments that are being turned in. So I've got an announcement to post, some grading to do, my email to sort through. There was a letter recommendation I wanted to do, but I might push that off until Monday. So really it's email, grade, and posting that announcement, and then I'll just see where I'm at. Oh, fall prep. I might try to do a little bit more fall prep. We'll see how long grading takes. Fall prep might have to get moved to next week as well, but I'm trying to get as much prep for the fall semester done as I can during this month. So I'm just trying to, like, I've got the whole month, So I'm just trying to do a little bit each day, like 10 to 15 minutes of fall prep work each day throughout this month, rather than needing to take like a whole week to knock it all out, like sometime in July or early August. The more, basically, I've said this before, but the more work I do at the end of one semester, the less work I have to do right before the next semester starts. I'm trying to do as much fall prep as I can. But in the meantime, it still feels pretty good in here. I've had the fan going. I've brought out my big standing fan, and I've got my desktop fan. I'm just trying to keep the cool air that's coming into the apartment, like pushing it through into the rest of the apartment. But these clouds are helping. I was worried that it would just be really, really sunny, and then even though technically the air outside is cooler, it still warms my apartment up. So if it can stay like this, I don't know if it's gotten up to I know it was 69. I don't know if it's gotten up to 70 again in here. I'd gotten it cooled down to 68 this morning. So I'm trying to keep it cool and keep it as close to 70 or below as possible, because then in the evening when it cools down, then it'll really cool down in here. And I just want one more night where it's like nice and cool in my apartment. I think if I can really cool it down tonight and again tomorrow night, then I think Sunday and Monday, when it's going to be 70 and like up to 73, I think I can keep it cool in here. But then by Tuesday it goes back up into the 80s, and then I think from then on my air conditioning is just going to be on full time. And I'm just going to have to accept that, because it's definitely time. But yeah, anyway, enough rambling. I'm gonna get my lunch made, get cozy on the couch with my planner and my work laptop and my grade sheets. I need my grade sheets for my business writing class. They're on my clipboard. So take all of this over to the couch and get some grading done and wrap up teaching work for this week. I'm now done. I'm done. Done. I am done with teaching work for the day. So I am shifting over to some editing work, and we can talk about how editing is going so far. But before we do that, quick weather update. It was so sunny earlier, and I was just so worried that despite the cooler temperature, and like it was already 60 degrees by like 10 a.m. It wasn't even 10. It was 60 when Mom got here at like 9, quarter after 9. I'm like, it's quarter after 9 and it's already 60. It is going to get above 60. 66 was the forecast. I think it has gotten up to, gosh, new contacts are struggling to focus. I think it got up to 66. It's now back down to 64. It has gotten super cloudy and super windy. It's cooled the apartment down. I've turned the fans off. The ceiling fan is on, but the desk fan and the floor fan that I had going to try to push some of this cold air in, I've turned them off because it is definitely getting cooler outside and there's no sun to like warm up the building. It's currently 68 in here at the moment, so a little bit warmer than outside. Probably more like 67 here at my desk because I'm right by 2 open windows, but the apartment's feeling really nice. I really want to go hiking, and I'm keeping an eye on the weather. It was not supposed to rain, but now it's saying a chance of light rain in the next 20 minutes, and I can see some like little bits of raindrops on my window. So I'm gonna try to give it 30 minutes or so and just see if that will pass. But we are definitely going hiking. We are definitely going hiking today, even if it does rain on me. I do not care. I am going hiking today. As you know, I have been struggling. This kind of is relevant to the writing stuff. I've been struggling mentally, emotionally. There's just way too much going on in my life right now. Too much sad stuff that I'm processing. I'm not going to go into details. If you missed the previous vlogs where I talked more about it, you can go back and watch those. But it's just been a lot, and I'm just kind of done with this semester. I'm trying not to like wish this month away, but I really am done with the spring semester. I'm really struggling. Just why this weather is making me so happy. Like, some people would be like, a cold, cloudy, rainy, windy day, that's miserable weather, but this is just putting me in such a good mood to have my windows open, to have my air conditioning turned off after having it on for the last 2 days. It's just... And I can smell rain. I can smell rain. I don't mind the rain. If it just suddenly started pouring, then fine, we won't go hiking, and I wouldn't be that mad if it was pouring. But I really hope that like it just passes over really quick and then I can go hiking. I went hiking on Wednesday. I wasn't vlogging, but I went hiking Wednesday morning. It was a beautiful morning. It was cool. It was a little bit breezy. It was going to warm up that day, but it was still nice and cool that morning. No, that is rain. I'm like, is that the sound of an engine? No, it's the sound of the rain on the corrugated tin roofs of our parking structure, our covered parking, and I can see the rain. It just suddenly started coming down, but now I can hear it slowing down a little bit. But it's properly raining. Like, I can see it on the ground outside. Here's your live weather report from Phoenix, Arizona. It is raining. There is wet stuff falling from the sky. Rain, that is what it is called. We don't know what that is here. You can't see it, except for like the sidewalks are getting wet. But yeah, you can see. No rain has fallen there. Rain has fallen there. Riveting YouTube content. I know. Okay, let's try to not be distracted by the rain. Hopefully this passes and then we can go hiking. But I went hiking on Monday, trying to get myself back on track. I went hiking on Monday and just like, I honestly started crying as soon as I hit the trail because I just instantly felt better. It's like it was a happy cry. It was like a relieved cry. It was like, oh, I feel good. This feels nice. This doesn't feel sad and heavy and all this stuff that I've been dealing with. So I hadn't been hiking in quite a few days prior to that. I'd gone for a walk on Sunday with Mom after Easter dinner, and I think I'd gone hiking like the Monday before, but like it had been a while since I'd been for a proper hike and not just like a walk around the neighborhood, and I needed it. I needed it so bad, and so I just told myself it's going to be cool on Friday and Saturday, Sunday and Monday, so definitely these next 4 days I want to go hiking. Later next week, starting on Tuesday, it's going to start warming up, but I think I can get out for some morning hikes. But even when it's warmer, it's not going to be hot just yet. Like even 90, 91 is not Like, that's warm by air's, that's hot by other people's standards. That's hot for like my friends in the UK, but that's warm by our standards. So I think I can still go for at least a walk around the neighborhood, if not a hike. I do have to be careful on those warmer days. The rattlesnakes are coming out. I follow the Instagram account for the preserve where I hike, and they posted a picture of, or a video of a rattlesnake crossing the trail. So like, that is happening, and I just need to be aware of that. So hiking is important, and that will help my mental state, and hopefully then I can do some editing. So editing update. I haven't vlogged. No, I did vlog. I vlogged Monday. I haven't edited that vlog yet. That's why I'm forgetting it. But I did vlog Monday. So on April 1st, you saw me do a little more than 30 minutes, about 40 minutes. Wednesday, I sat down. I did try. I managed 15 minutes, and that was it. Wednesday, I was just really tired. I'd gone for my hike in the morning. That was great. I came home. I had a lot of teaching work I was doing. I had 2 therapy calls I had to jump on, and then I had more teaching work to do. And then by the time I was sitting down to do a bit of writing work, I didn't have anything left in me to give. And that's okay. The whole thing about this month is that I'm not forcing myself. I'm not pressuring myself. I'm not forcing myself to do anything. I'm not making anything a big issue. I've already kind of accepted that this probably, originally I had wanted to have the developmental edits done and at least start copy editing, if not be finished with copy editing, by the end of April. That I'm not going to get that far. I know that. I'm saying that right now. It's all fine. I am still hoping to be done with the developmental edits by the end of April, but it is far more likely that I will be done with draft 2 by the end of April and sending it to my beta readers by the end of April, and then still in May doing a bit of finishing up of draft 3 edits, finish the development edit completely, and then start copy editing, and that would be fine. In my head, I'm just like telling myself, don't panic. This will still be out before the end of the summer. And that was my main goal. I think even with working a bit longer on this, and then that's gonna put Independent Hearts for a little bit behind, but I think I could still then get Independent Hearts written by the end of the year, this year, which means it would still be on track for that book to come out next summer. And that's just where I'm at with my writing. I just want to be launching at least 1 book every year. I'm still on track for that. It is like still raining. It's not, the wind has stopped. So the rain is just like coming straight down, but it is raining. It's not like drizzling or spitting. It's like properly raining. I want to go hiking. There's still plenty of time. This will probably pass within the next like 30 minutes. I should have gone hiking earlier. I thought about that. I did. I thought I could just take a break from everything, run out and go hiking, and then come back and like finish up teaching work and stuff. I should have done that. It wasn't supposed to rain. It wasn't. This just all kicked up in the last like 20 minutes, but it will stop and then we'll go hiking. So I'm going to do some editing for at least 15 minutes, probably just 15 minutes today. I really want to do more, but I don't think I'm going to be capable of it. So I'm going to do 15 minutes. I kind of know what I'm going to be doing. I'll explain that after I do it. This is what I did on Wednesday. We're going to do my 15 minutes and then I'll chat to you all some more, and then hopefully by then we can go hiking. Okay, I want to go hiking so badly. Like, I really can't explain how badly I want to go hiking. I think I'm going to talk to you all for a little bit. Then I'm going to go get changed for hiking, and then we'll see where I'm at. If it's still raining, I might sit back down and do some more editing. And if I'm really not sure if it's going to stop raining, we might have to just go for a walk around the neighborhood. We can definitely do that, because if it's raining, walking on the sidewalks and the cement is not that big of a deal. So, but I really wanted to go hiking. I really did. It made me feel relatively happy on Wednesday to go hiking. For the first time in like 2 weeks, I actually felt semi-normal. So I want more of that. But okay, so editing progress. I did 15 minutes. Did I actually edit anything in the document? No, but I did make some more notes. And so this is kind of going back to advice that I was given by my dissertation advisor during my PhD. My advisor told me that every day I needed to sit down and work on my dissertation for at least 2 hours. And obviously the timing is different. When I was doing my dissertation, I was a full-time grad student. It was the summer. I was aiming to have a good chunk of the first draft, if not all of the first draft, done by the end of that summer, before the fall semester started and before I would start teaching again. So like for that summer, writing my dissertation was my full-time job. So 2 hours was a very realistic amount of time. So it was 2 hours minimum, and that every day I needed to sit down and work on it, even if I didn't write something, even if all I did was reread one of my sources or add more ideas into my notes or go back and edit something that I had previously written on another day. But every day I needed to sit down and work on it. And so that's kind of the mindset I'm having with this project this month. I want to get back into working on my project and back into creative work, but I don't want to force myself. I don't want to pressure myself. I don't want to make it something not fun. I don't want all the negative and sad energy I've been feeling. I don't want that to creep into this project, both while I'm working on it or like the final bit of it. It's just, that's not what I want. So the focus is on just kind of relaxing and enjoying it and letting the creativity slowly start flowing. It's not going to start flowing again if I don't sit down and try to work on it. But it's also not going to start flowing again if I sit down and force myself to work on it for, you know, an hour every day. So 15 minutes is a really good amount of time. It's long enough that I can make little bits of progress, but short enough that it doesn't feel overwhelming. And it's also long enough that if I am in a good mood, I will notice within 15 minutes if I feel like I can keep going. If the 15 minutes goes by quickly, I can do another 15 minutes. If the 15 minutes drags, then I spend 15 minutes working on my notes, looking at the document, rereading some of the paragraphs, looking at different chapters, and then I can step away for another day. I am making progress. It doesn't feel like it because I'm not changing the manuscript, but I know that everything I've been doing this week will make things a lot easier when I do finally sit down to edit the manuscript, if that makes sense. I've been doing a lot of note-taking and organizing and planning and just kind of getting my head kind of moving towards a better space. So I've done my 15 minutes. I feel really good about those 15 minutes. I have still sat down and let myself work on this and think about this. And that thinking time is valuable. I think this is the problem. A lot of people, a lot of writers and a lot of creators feel like unless they're actively creating something, it's wasted time. That like if they sit down to work on their project and they don't actually have anything created or produced by the end of that time, that time was then a waste. The thinking time is valuable. The thinking time is worth that time that it took, even if it doesn't yield anything in the actual product you're creating. I feel like we don't value, like in the online creative community and, you know, AuthorTube and WriterTube, and I'm sure there's knitting variations and photography variations and crafting variations of all these different types of communities on YouTube and Instagram and stuff. And I feel like in a very productivity focused society, because that's really what we are, especially in these online spaces, it's all about productivity. And because we're very productivity focused, we don't stop to think. We tend to skip ahead, and that thinking time is very, very, very valuable, and needs to be encouraged more. And so we need to be encouraging ourselves more to stop and think about our creative projects and stop and think about what we're actually doing, what our plans are, what our motivations are. Where do you want to go with this scene? Where do you want to go with this character? How is this fitting within the overall arc of your story? To stop and think about that more rather than just diving in, it ends up working out more in the long run. So that's a long ramble. I will try to have made that more concise in the edit. It does sound like the rain is slowing down. Light rain is expected to stop in 27 minutes. I'm gonna go get changed and get my water bottle and get my pack ready and get everything ready to go. And then I'll see where it's at. I might sit down and do some more editing or just some reading and relaxing. And then we will try to go for a hike and not just a walk around the neighborhood. We'll try to go for a hike even if it's just a really short one. I just want to get out there. I really do. Okay, I'm gonna go get changed, and hopefully the next thing you see will be us out hiking. dear, dear. That was fantastic. I needed that. I needed that a lot. That feels really good. I brought sunglasses. Didn't need them. The sun might be about to come down below a cloud, but it was pretty cloudy the whole time I was out there. Very drizzly off and on. There were a couple times where the rain picked up, like kind of just as I was turning around. I was so tempted to continue going out. But just as I got to the point where I was at a junction in the trail, the rain was picking up and the wind was picking up, and the only direction that the wind wouldn't be blowing straight into my face and therefore blowing rain straight into my face was if I turned around and started walking back. So kind of thought that's a sign I should just go back. Oh, that was just so good. It felt so good. It felt nice and cool. Even in my hoodie with the hoodie zipped up and the hood up, I don't feel like I got really that overheated. So I feel pretty good. And I just wanted a nice, gentle walk. I didn't even keep my music on. I was listening to music for the first part of the hike, and then the music would stop every time I tried to film something because I can't have the music playing while I'm filming. I just noticed that during the time that the music was off, it actually felt really nice. Normally I don't like silence. Normally silence just sets my teeth on edge. It's rare for me that a silence feels peaceful, but it felt peaceful today. Like I could hear the wind, and I could hear the doves, and I could hear just the very, very gentle patter of raindrops on the rocks and on the trail. And I couldn't hear traffic noise. I didn't hear other people for the majority of the hike. There's a few more cars now, but there were only 6 other cars here when I arrived. And I saw one person coming off the trail as I was going on. And then for the next 20-25 minutes, I didn't see anyone. So it felt, for the majority of the hike, it felt like I had the whole preserve completely to myself. I've never seen any of the parks this empty. Even with the 6 cars that were here, I thought I would see somebody, and I just didn't. I love hikes like these. It felt so magical. It felt so magical. And everything looks different because it's still so wet. So everything looks greener, and everything's like a different shade of green than it normally is. The lupins were looking extra purple today. And then I noticed this when I came out here on Wednesday, there's some cactus blossoms that are starting to pop up. And I got some video, so you will have seen those. There's this one cactus that is it just has these big, bright, fuchsia pink blossoms on the edges, on the ends of the cactus. And I found out on Wednesday that those are called the hedgehog cactus, which I don't know why that makes me so happy. I think because I really love hedgehogs, and we don't have hedgehogs in the desert. They're more of like a cute woodland critter. And so maybe we've got them in northern Arizona in the forest, but we don't have them in the desert. But apparently we do. Just our hedgehogs are of the cactus variety, and they've got beautiful pink flowers that grow on them. So that was really cool. And then I was on the lookout for them today, but there was another flower that I saw, and I don't know if the wind just blew them away or what, but I'll try to insert the picture I got of them. I put it up on my Instagram. They're called Lindley's False Silver Puffs, and they look like something from another dimension. It's like what dandelions would look in a fairy tale storybook. They are just amazing, and they look like a dandelion, but like silver tinsel instead of the cream fluffy bits. And I couldn't find them. So I don't know, maybe they're like dandelions and a strong wind just scattered all of the silver bits, but I couldn't see the 3 that I'd found before. So I'm glad I got pictures of them when I did. I wish I'd gotten a video. But they just looked magical in the sunlight on Wednesdays. So I was kind of hoping they'd still be around, but alas, they were not. I could not find them. I knew what section of the trail I'd seen them on. And so when I was walking along it the first way and then turning back, I had my eyes peeled and I just could not see it. And I think it's because I honestly couldn't see them and not because of like problems with my new contacts. End of the day update, new contacts are doing well. My eyes are definitely adjusting to wearing contacts again. So I'm going to wear these for the next, I've got daily pairs. So I'll wear the next couple of pairs over the next couple days. And then hopefully by Monday, I'll know if like this is good or if I need to go back and be reevaluated. It feels like every now and then they just kind of shift slightly out of focus. Filming is interesting because I feel like I'm constantly like, is the camera in focus or are my contacts just not focusing? So I'm hoping all my pictures and video turned out okay from this hike. So the contacts are a work in progress. We'll see how they go, but I'm very excited to be wearing contacts again. I want to like let my eyes adjust to them and get used to wearing them again. So yeah, I've missed wearing contacts, especially in the summer when it's so sunny and I want to wear more of my like cute non-prescription sunglasses. So yeah, I'll keep you all updated on the contacts, but I'm wearing contacts again and that's very exciting. So it's like, wow, I'm excited. It's been a good day. You know, all the stuff is still there. All the stuff that can make me sad is still there, but I feel like today I need to go home and write out my moments of magic list for today, because there've been a lot of just really magical moments. The clouds today, the wind, the bit of rain, now going for this hike. It's just all the flowers that are blooming. It's been a good day and I've really needed this, and I needed this hike today. So I'm glad I was vlogging. I'm glad I could share this day with you all. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. I'm going to wrap it up here. I'll show you what I get up to for the rest of the night, but it is Friday night. Woohoo! I am ready to just go home and get myself cleaned up and nice and cozy and just relax. I just want to relax for the rest of the night. So I hope you enjoyed this vlog. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. I would really appreciate both of those things. And yeah, what else is there to say? Question. Leave me some raindrops and flower emojis to let me know which one of you lovely people made it all the way to the end of this vlog. That is your emoji challenge for the day. As far as a question, yes, our question. It's April. We're doing our whole gentle, relaxed, easy, fun, cozy, magical creativity challenge that's not a challenge thing, project, community project. So give me your update. Give me your creative project update. What are you working on? Where are you at with it? Are you writing? How's your writing going? Are you knitting something? Are you playing with your camera and practicing photography? I'm just thinking of things that I know some of you have reached out and told me you're going to be working on this month. So put your updates in the comments so we can all cheer you on with your progress. And as I was saying earlier, even if you haven't made progress, don't discount work that you're doing when you're thinking about your project or conceptualizing it in some way. Like, you don't have to actually be doing something or creating something or having like progress that can be marked in an easy way. But if you are at least working on your project for at least a few minutes every day, that still counts as progress, even if it's not as quantifiable. So yes, let's chat our progress down in the comments because I want to hear. And yeah, I'm going to head home now and I will see you all very soon in the next vlog. Thank you very much for watching this one. Bye.